Good.
Welcome along to the Broken&Unseen podcast. It's been a while, but we are finally back. Today, I'm joined by my friends, my brothers, and my coach. And today, we are going to be discussing the World Cup. Who is joining? Rubino. It's going to be a hot episode. It's going to be a hot episode. So today, we are discussing the World Cup, the surprises, the disappointments, and who do you guys think is really going to win it? So, guys, I want us to, in the next 5 minutes, just, I would have introduced you guys, but I would like you guys to introduce yourselves. So, whoever is going to be watching can know who you are, where you are, and what you do. So, I'll start with Grand Balo, since you're on the left.
Thank you, Mr. Joel, for giving me this opportunity. So I'm so pleased to be here today for the Broken Unseen podcast. Thank you, Mr. Santana. Thank you, Mr. Daniel, Robino, Andre. Okay, I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Grand Balo, so you can call me Grand Balo. I used to play football, but now
Your name is Barry Clem.
I'm trying to enroll with my coaching license. No, Grand Balo.
Yeah, no problem. Grand Balo, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're breaking out. So, next person, let the next person just go ahead. I think Grand Balo is breaking out. Guys, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I'm Barry Klein, popularly known as Grand Balo. So, I'm pleased to be here this evening with my brothers for us to discuss about this ongoing World Cup. So, let's see how it's going to go for the next 1 hour.
Yes, sir. Next man. Rubino is not available. So, coach,
Okay,
I already know who coach
good
is.
evening, guys. Good afternoon or good morning, wherever you guys are. I don't know if you guys are getting me.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
We're hearing you.
Okay, so I think everyone here knows me except for Daniel Stan. So I'm Robinho, popularly known as Robinho, but my real name is Roland.
Welcome, bro.
So
Welcome in the podcast.
thank you very much, Mr. Joel. I'm happy to be here. I can see my brother Santana. Waya. So I'll be very glad to share this experience with you guys. And hope we are going to have a fun time.
Correct. Coach.
Yeah, guys, I'm happy to be here with you on this podcast. It was a long time since we see each other, Joel. The others, I don't know you, but my name is Daniel Stan. I'm a physical trainer, and I'm here to discuss today about the World Cup and to enjoy ourselves because I think it will be fun.
Yeah, it will be fun. Thank you, coach. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Carlson. You can call me Santana. I'm a soldier too, so we'll have some order here. I'm
I
happy
hope
to
we're not
be.
in trouble.
No, you're not in trouble. I'm happy to be amongst great football minds like you, and this is an opportunity for us to maybe share some insights about the ongoing World Cup, and I'm ready to have the fun you all have been promising. Let's go.
Yes, sir. So, guys, we'll get right into it. So, my first, I would like us to briefly just everyone can let's just go randomly. Like, what's one word to describe the World Cup so far? Is it chaotic? Has it been beautiful? Tactically, how has it been? Has it been disappointing, or it's been unpredictable? So let's just randomly, one word each. How can you rate the World Cup so far?
I think
Overwhelming.
entertaining.
Okay, entertaining,
Unpredictable.
Yeah.
unpredictable. Yeah,
I'll go
for
with
sure.
overwhelming.
Overwhelming. Okay. Coach, what has your take been for the
For
World
me,
Cup
it's
so far?
like, syntagma. I can use a syntag. You need, Circus Maximus at his peak now in modern area. Is this? I think is the peak of what we can give from all the point of view, performance, entertainment. This how do they say? From the lowest to the highest emotions, we had it everything in this World Cup like never before.
That's-
This is my feeling.
I
So I
think
think it's
I think
crazy. It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
word.
I think when the World Cup was about to start, like building up to the World Cup, everyone was a bit skeptical because of the ticket prices, transportation, hotel prices. I know, but so far, I think the World Cup has been, in terms of what's been going on the pitch, for me personally, I think it's been one of the best World Cups in recent years.
Yes.
And we were talking on our football group, and Graham Barlow also made this point. Like everyone was so skeptical. Like if you watch the news, the pundits on the TV, everyone was like, the World Cup is going to be horrible. But I think the World Cup, it's really shocked a lot of people and me personally. So yeah, I want us to like for the next minute talk about which of the teams that shocked you the most in the World Cup in a positive way. In a positive way, which team shocked you guys the most? Grambalo, you go first.
First, I will start with Cape Verde. I will start with Cape Verde, like the newcomer, and what they did. It was unexpected, but these guys, they came in and then they put on unforgettable, like something that we're gonna talk about for the rest of our life. Cape Verde,
Yeah,
and then I will emphasize about Paraguay. Paraguay also, they did put on a good show, eliminating Germany. That's something we didn't see in our books. So I think
yeah.
Cape Paraguay for me, yeah.
Coach, who shocked you the most
For
so
me, of
far?
course, Capo Verde, and I think also Republic Democrat of Congo. It was a thing for me because in Europe they don't promote African teams, especially national teams, so much. Okay, individual, if you look at them, maybe are more strong than most of European national teams, but how they came and they played and they behave because one of we go maybe we're gonna talk later. One of my favorite players, see him first time maybe in the pandemic or 2001 to 2021. It's Brian, the left wing from Congo. He was playing third division in Portugal. So he's a story that you can put it on your podcast, I think, from where he went and where he's now. And he put a post about it. He was man of the match in third division in Portugal 5 years ago, and now he was in World Cup. So football can change your life so much.
That's right.
So
Talk
because
about
of this,
changing your life.
I think I'm emotional about, and of course Mpoku and the guys that I know from Congo. I had a lot of players from Republic Democrat of Congo, so I think also
Yeah,
them.
Santana, you next.
I I will I everybody the coach has mentioned Cape Verde and Grand has also mentioned Cape Verde. I will go with Congo. Congo put up a performance which I think Africa and the world will live to talk about, considering the way they qualified for this competition. I think the rest of the world will live to talk about it. It's been an overwhelming experience for me. So I'll go with Congo.
Yeah. Nice one. Rubino, your take, bro. Can you guys hear Rubino?
Their qualification to
I think
I think it's breaking.
the volume is lacking. Yeah, it's breaking. Can you guys hear?
No, he's breaking.
It's breaking.
Yeah, I think his volume is breaking. Anyway, I think
is it okay now?
personally, yeah, now.
Okay, so what I was saying is that I will go with Congo. Congo, considering that it's not one of the football giants in Africa, from their qualifications right up to the tournament, they put up a very good fight and they came out with so many surprises. But before they went into the tournament, I was always talking about Congo. I was always saying that people are not seeing Congo, but when you look at them, player wise, they have some names that are playing in Europe, and you know that's something that you have to always consider. And I believe that that's what really helped them throughout their journey, because when you look at what they did from the qualifications right up to their eliminations, I think they had a couple of games, if not three, that they always came back from like 90 minutes or so to put up a good fight, and sometimes they end up winning. And even during the AFCON, they did a good job. So I will go with Congo.
And then Roland, you just said something that I would like to add. The reason I didn't include Congo in my list is because player wise, they have a very, very decent squad.
That's true.
Very,
That's true. That's true.
I
That's
think in
true.
Africa, they have like the most complete back pairing. I can put it this way, with players like Twanzebe, Chancel Bemba, Masuoko.
I
I
don't want
think
Bisanka.
those guys are elite players. That's why for
Yeah.
me, them performing was not like a surprise for me because they have a very decent squad. Very, very decent squad with elite players.
True. 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 True.
Yeah.
I think yeah, okay. Anyway, I think for me personally, it was Cape Verde, even though we all saw how they were knocked out of the World Cup. I think they put up a fight. They put up a fight, and I didn't want to say Congo as well because Congo has a lot of elite players that we all know. And one
Yeah.
story that really touched me personally, Grambalo, we were talking about is one of I think one of the defenders was recruited through LinkedIn. One of the defenders was
Yeah.
recruited through LinkedIn to go play for the World Cup. Like
Yeah. The guy who
nobody
played
knew him
Ireland,
before. Yeah,
yeah, he
and
played.
He didn't check his
and
LinkedIn. He didn't believe when they contacted him.
yeah, exactly. So that's one of the stories that really touched me, you know. And even the story of the goalkeeper at 40 years, at 40 years, his dream became alive, and I think he's the most followed goalkeeper now in the world. You can
So
imagine.
Yeah.
Grambalo still has hopes.
You still have hopes, bro. You still have hope.
Okay.
So I can restart football.
And there's a coach here, so this is an
Yeah, there's a
opportunity.
fitness coach. We have a
In
fitness coach
6
here.
years, maybe.
We have a fitness coach.
Yeah.
Oh my days. So anyway, yeah, that was for the shock or the surprise of the tournament. So until this point, who has been the breakout player in this tournament? Because you know every tournament has a breakout player. I can remember 2014 was James Rodriguez, and 2018, who was it? 2018 was Mbappe.
Yeah, that was
2018,
Kylian.
I think. Yeah, and then 2022 was who was the breakout guy for 2022? Was it Enzo Fernandez for Argentina, or who was it? So 2026, who do you guys think is the breakout player? I don't want to share Lamine Yamal because everyone already knows he's a star. So Grambalo, you start.
No, let's hear from the coach first.
Yeah,
No, no,
coach.
because I already was thinking about Haaland. Because I like him too much, as a performer, first of all, like physical, in a physical way. His parents they are ex-athlete, yeah, in track and field, her mom and his mom, sorry. And
Yeah,
his father is like an ex-football player in Premier League. So I like him. For me, okay, you know why it's I see him as an exception or something, because he don't have a big team behind.
that's right.
He have a team behind, but not a big team behind. It's different. So with this exception in the team, you can do something. It's like Romania with Hagi in '94.
94.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same, similar.
For me, I will go
Rubino.
with two players.
Yeah.
The reason I'm picking these players are because they play similar to me in the midfield. All right, I'll go with Manu Kone of France and what's this guy's name? Yeah.
Kone, for those who are watching, Kone, he plays for
Which
AS
country?
Roma and
Which
he plays for
country?
France.
Which country? Grambalo.
France. Manu Kone for France.
And the other country.
The other
Uh,
guy,
God.
What's the
what country
country?
does he play for? Maybe we can help.
Forgot this. Okay, Nemacha. Nemacha he plays for Borussia Dortmund. He plays for Germany.
Ah, Mecha, yeah, Mecha.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think he was
Watch
just
that
unlucky
guy.
that way.
Like the development, the way he plays now, it's like if you watch that guy 6 months ago and then now, I don't know what happened to him this World Cup, but the level of he exploded in this tournament. I didn't expect him to play this way.
Yeah. When you watch him, you can see a bit of Pogba, a bit of Rodri, a bit of
Yeah,
Kante in one player.
I think he scored like 2 goals, yeah.
Yeah,
So for me, I'll go with Manu Kone and Nemecha.
the Mecha. Santos.
Yeah.
All right. I would. I have two. I have two. There's this kid in Mexico, Gilberto Mora.
Yeah.
You know,
Balo, that's your player. Also, I was
he's
Yeah.
shocked that you did not call
he's
him.
17 years. He's 17 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The kid decided to teach the elderly ones how to control the midfield. Like in the middle of players who have been to the World Cup like 3 times, they have a bigger experience in their clubs. This young man gave them a masterpiece. I think if we are
That's right.
looking at the best youngest player in the competition, he's a candidate, I'm sure. And to have taken Mexico to the level which they got, and he played every single game. He played
Yeah.
every single game. I think if he was substituted, it should be once or twice. And the big boy, I know he's already a big boy. He plays for a big club, but I didn't expect him to give the performance he gave. That's Michael Olise of France.
yeah.
Yeah.
This,
Listen,
Yeah.
I mean, it was his first World Cup, so of course
yeah,
he was
exactly.
it was his
But though
first
he
World Cup.
plays
Yeah,
for Bayern Munich and he's had some level of pedigree before coming to the World Cup, but his performance was outstanding. I
Yeah.
think I think after this competition, his price in the market is going to double, if not triple, apart from what they're already doing right now. And Amongst the other performances, I think these two stand out for me. These two stand out for me. They have been exceptional.
So for me, I think my breakout guy would be the goalkeeper from Cape Verde. I didn't know him before, and I think a lot of people didn't know him as well. But for a guy who is 40 and didn't give up on his dream, I think he had an amazing tournament so far. And my second guy will be Paredes for Argentina. And I say Paredes because the last World Cup, he didn't really get a lot of minutes. But this World Cup, he really showed what he's about. And man, I hate to say it, but Argentina, they have it in them. They have that dog spirit in them. They have that dog spirit in them. And I could have said Enzo as well, but Enzo already was a breakout player from the last tournament. So yeah,
It's a big name.
yeah, he has a name. He has a name already. So anyway, we've been talking about the breakout players. So the next thing I want us to talk about will be the best player so far in the tournament. For you guys, who has been the best player so far in the tournament? Coach, you can go first.
For me, it's I cannot say about a player particularly. Okay, it was exception. Each game we had some crazy performance. You can see because most of the team they are in even I was thinking about Spain with France and Argentina with England. So then we have this final. So it's so much. I don't know how to say. It's different philosophy of the game, different things. But as we have Messi, I think he will be after if he win the World Cup, he will be. And I don't like him to be truthful with you, but I think he will be the best in the world. Nobody can. Maybe I think for me, Yamal can do something if he will not get injury until his age. But besides this, I don't see another player at this moment who can beat him. You know, I thought his career would be over after the first year in Major Soccer League, and now look at him. He put the team on his shoulder sometimes. Okay, he must have a trigger. You saw the trigger, the discussion with Bellingham. After that discussion, he wants to kill him. You know, this is the type of player who can win World Cups. So for me, it's him by far, and I don't like him. To be honest, you know, I am not Cristiano fan, but it is what it is now. What can I say? You know, I need to be real. This is the truth.
Anyway,
It's
so
him and the rest, you know, sometimes.
yeah,
Okay, I don't like Infantino, the same. But it is what it is. He's the child of football. I don't know how to say it. You know, he's Jesus of football. I don't know how to say. You know, I don't want to make comparison between football and it was Maradona. And now it's him. I think he's bigger than Maradona. You know.
Yeah.
So
Grandvalu.
this is the thing.
Coach, I think it would be unfair if I don't say Lionel Messi is the best player currently in the world. Like, I'm not a fan of Lionel Messi. I don't support Argentina. I've never supported Barcelona in my life. But I think that guy is. He needs to retire. We need to see something else. He's the best ever. Yeah, he's the best ever.
Rubino.
Lionel, yeah.
The GOAT is Cristiano, but the best ever is Messi.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
I think
Yes.
there's no debate.
Sorry guys, before we continue, my co-host, my brother, Big Sam is live on the podcast, so maybe he can just say hi to you guys before we continue. Big Sam, say hello to the guys.
Is that Ike Shurumu?
Yeah, Ike Shigumu is in the house.
I think it's breaking.
Big Sam, you're breaking.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. Hi
Yeah,
guys.
we can hear you now.
Sorry I'm late. As you can see, I'm still at work and I'm about to leave work now, so I won't have time to get home to join, and it's a long way drive. So I wanted to just jump in and say hi to everyone, and thanks for tuning in, and I really appreciate Mr. Big Daniel Stan. Uh, we'll be talking very much on Instagram, and thank you for your contribution. I appreciate Mr. I'll call by the nickname according to what is here, Satana. Grateful for your coming. Grand Belo, the man himself. Uh, I don't hear your matter well, Sha. Thanks a lot.
Eh,
Joel, as you know, I told you earlier that I'll still be at work until now. I don't know, I can't see the face, Robino himself. I greet you by every means. And I'll be here for a while, but I might leave at any time because I have to change with my colleagues. So, yeah. And thanks for your contribution. We appreciate it. So, we're talking about World Cup. Let's go. Let's continue. I enjoy listening to you guys anyway. Mr. Daniel,
Correct guy.
um,
Correct guy.
correct guy.
Rubino, it was your turn. Who has been your best player of the tournament so far?
I would say before yesterday, before the game, before Argentina's last game, I was looking at Rodri. I was looking at Rodri. I was thinking Rodri could make it because there's something about football. When we're watching football, most of the times we focus on the attackers and we don't pay much attention to what the midfielders always do. That's why you could see when he had the Ballon d'Or, people were like, it's not fair, this and that. But I think coming from an injury, he's been having an amazing World Cup. But after the game, after Argentina's last game, bro, I'm very sorry, but it's gonna be Lionel Messi. There's nothing we can do about it. So I don't know, but I think he's the best.
Joel, I think I have my brother here as well. Machala, he just joined us now from Brazil. I don't know. Maybe we can give him the floor to like say something.
Aibo, that name sounds like a common name.
Of
It
course,
sounds like a common name.
it is.
Bobby, want you there?
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Olofa?
We can hear you.
Okay, all right. So, are we talking about the best player so far at this World Cup? Please,
Yeah, the best player
be
so
sure.
far at the World Cup.
There's only one name, please. It's Leo Messi.
it doesn't have to be the best player. It can be your favorite player based on performances, like who surprises you the most and something like that,
Yeah.
Well, the player who surprised me before the knockout was Saibari. But sadly, he got
About it.
injured before their final
Yeah.
game and he was unable to play. But the best player at this World Cup so far has been Leo Messi. And I don't even think it's close because first, nobody expected. Number two, just him showing up over and over and over and over again against all odds. And yes, you could say they have not really faced like world-class opposition up onto the Met England. But we know how the World Cup is. And some teams cannot win the World Cup, but they can stop you from winning the World Cup. And that's what Egypt and Cape Verde and the rest was for Argentina. But in all those games, they showed up. So I don't think somebody has showed up at this World Cup to the extent that he has. I understand your Rodri shout, but yes, I think Rodri is getting the shout more because the person they were expecting is not performing. So yes, Rodri has been outstanding. He deserves the shout as well, but I don't think there are two names. It can only be Leo.
Yes, sir. Santana.
Oh, okay. I will differ a little with everybody. My perspective is from the build-ups before the World Cup. Lionel Messi is an exceptional player. Apart from being very talented, he has a team that is ready to play for him. He has a squad that is ready to kill for him, and that alone is an advantage he has above every other player in this competition. I don't want to mention the other things I don't have proof for. But
Right.
Speak your mind, bro. Speak your
I
mind.
think
This is locker room talk. This is locker room conversation.
I think if we are looking at personal, if we are at individual performances, and we should rate best players from the let's say from the first to the last game they played. I will go for Kylian Mbappe for this competition because from the qualifiers, or let's say towards the ending of the league here, this young man had been criticized by the whole world. He plays for Real Madrid. He didn't win nothing the whole season. If you look at social media posts and other things, you discover he has been termed a dictator. Like the whole world has been voting against this guy.
Mumbutu.
Yes, Mobutu. Oh, you see, and but he came in without any bias, without any fear, without any. I think the Kylian Mbappe we have seen in this competition is not the Kylian Mbappe we know. I think if he received any kind of caution, it was not because of some bad attitude we have seen before. It's something regular, normal in the game. And his performance has been outstanding. He's not the best. He's not the best as far as his team is concerned. Like we have the Olise and the others, but Kylian Mbappe alone has proven that work and should I say devotedness will actually yield some fruits, if not the best of them results. He, to me, is the best player of this competition. If I was to grade it at the end, I would say Messi is the best player and Kylian Mbappe will be the highest goal scorer, but he has been knocked out. And we see Messi in the finals, and that dude might still score like 2 at the finals. So
Yeah.
Kylian still
I would
has
like
an
to switch it.
opportunity.
I would like to switch it. I know that Messi will score, so I'll give Kylian Mbappe the best player for the competition if I was to award it. But unfortunately, he's not in the finals, and Messi is already in the finals. He is like 10 steps ahead right now. So without being
Kylian still has an
biased,
opportunity to score.
without being
So it's not like it's
biased,
over for him.
yeah, it's already over for him. Without being biased, I will go for Mbappe. But
I think everyone here is biased actually because everyone have a player of their choice. Mr.
yeah,
Daniel is a big fan of Messi. Obviously, the way he sang praises towards
No, I don't
Messi,
like
you
him
can
at
he
all,
tell.
he
to
said
be
he's a
honest.
Ronaldo fan.
He's
He said
a
he's a
Ronaldo
Ronaldo
fan.
fan, but he's saying Messi.
The
So
Ronaldo
okay,
fan.
I feel like
so there's
Haaland,
no
you
back.
know?
But for me, for example, like I don't want to go for. We all know Messi is a great player. You can never take that away. Ronaldo, because of Ronaldo, I title the Portuguese team as the worst team in this World Cup, just because of that reason. Because the way they played, they didn't play to expectation. Everyone expected them to play. At least if they are not playing for them, they should at least play like Argentina is playing right now. If you ask every Argentina player right now, they will say they want to win it for Messi. I don't think Ronaldo deserved what he got. I think he was not respected enough in that national team. I think they think he's the problem. Meanwhile, the whole team, the bunch of players, which expectation about them were so high, was really disappointing at the end of the day. My favorite, my not the best player. I would say the best player because I mean you can not argue right now that the best player of this tournament so far has been Messi. I'm not his fan, but I love what he does. My favorite player so far in this tournament has been the one no one will expect me to pick is this guy from Norway, Nosa.
So
No, sir.
Nosa is one player that have
What's up?
surprised me in this tournament. I knew he was a good player, but the way he played football, no one really talked about him because everyone is focusing on the Messi, the Ronaldo, the I don't know Haaland, the Mbappe. No one talked about Nosa. And think about the team he's coming from, the team he's playing. Apart from Haaland and Odegaard, he was the one player that always turned up, took Norway on his shoulder and kept moving. Then until the recent match, I didn't really know much about what he was doing for the team, why he was playing for England, the defender Spence. Until I guess Argentina realized that, okay, now I understand why the coach picked him. He was really good. So these are underrated players that no one talks about, and we focus so much on the. And remember, this is the unseen program. The ones that you really don't see that you can talk about. We we cannot change the fact that Messi will be one of the greatest football player ever that have ever lived. Ronaldo also has his own Paris. For me, he's a goat. He will always be the goat for me. I'm not a fan of like I'm a Messi side, I'm a Ronaldo. I just support football, and what both of them have done for football, the world will never forget. But let's focus more on the ones that are coming up because these guys are going, and someone that's going to take their spot. Okay, we're talking about Mbappe, Haaland, other. But what if they have a very strong challenges? What if this player, like I mentioned, are not Nosa? Nosa. Sometimes I call him Musa. I thought he was Nigeria, but it's actually Nosa. You know? So I don't know. These are just my side of this World Cup because I focus more on these young players that I was hoping for a lot of surprises and I really got surprised. The final itself, I don't know what to say. I cannot tell you Argentina will win. I cannot tell you Spain will win, but I can tell you that Spain will play football and it's going to be a different ball game. Can you tell me one person there? I mean, you said Rodri is playing very well based on the players around him. But can you tell me one player in Argentina midfield right now that can dominate Rodri?
When
Uh,
what kind of domination are we talking about? Are we talking about being better than him in terms of his cognition of the game, his
This
IQ and
this
all of that?
yes,
Or
this football is going
dominate
to
in
be
terms of
won.
not letting Rodri play his game? Because Argentina has at least three players
Yes,
that are going to
for
make sure that
me,
Rodri does not play
I
football.
think I think the combination of
no, I
Paredes,
don't think it will happen. The game will be won
I think
from the midfield and not from the attack as we saw against France.
For
And that's
for
what I think
me,
is going to happen.
I personally
big
think that
big Sam,
if you have
big Sam,
a good
big Sam.
midfield,
I think for me, in the midfield combination of Paredes, Enzo, and um,
Maka.
McAllister, it's better than Rodri, Olmo, and Fabian Ruiz. I think Argentina has like a more compact and better midfield combination than Spain for me. I will go with Paredes, Enzo, and McAllister over Rodri, Olmo, and Fabian Ruiz.
I think Marsha wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say that I don't think that you having a good midfield gives you an advantage against Argentina. I think that Argentina has struggled against teams that play traditional football more than teams that have a good midfield. If you can play traditional football well and forget about your midfield, you can stress Argentina. But there are too many legs in the midfield. They have like four people who are only playing in the midfield. They don't care about any place else. There is no space for in the midfield for you to string passes like Spain likes to do. So I don't think that Roger is going to play football against Spain. I don't think so.
I I I I I don't even want to talk about just the midfield. When you see teams like Argentina who they are ready to win. They want to win. Like I said, I don't want to say things that apart from other stuff that we cannot really, they are based on our emotions and following rules we cannot really justify. Argentina is a team that is ready to win. In Pidgin, we call it chop fire. They play chop fire football. They want to win. When you look at how they played against England, the moment England scored, a minute after, the game changed. Lisandro Martinez was almost playing like the striker. There's this other dude who plays with him at the back. What's his name? Uh,
Romero,
Romero.
Uche.
Romero
Romero.
was almost scoring goals like he's an.
That happened for one reason because England decided to pull back. If let me say,
No,
if
Big
that
Sam.
game had continued the way it started without England moving all the way defensively, do you think the situation would be the same?
I think I think it's not England pulling back. I think it was Argentina being aggressive.
Let me answer the question for you, please.
And
Against
Mr.
Egypt,
I think
Egypt
I
was
think
leading.
England I think
Egypt
England
was leading 2-0 too, right?
defensive substitution
Thank you.
with Konsa. I
Thank
think
you,
it was
Masha.
around the 80 some around the 70 something minute when Konsa came in.
Egypt was leading
Can I
2-0
say something, please?
and they lost.
Yeah,
Guys, can I say something? Are you guys
Rubino,
listening?
1 minute. Masha, go on there, Rubino.
All right.
Okay.
I was saying that Egypt was leading 2-0 and they lost. And the same Romero scored. It just tells you that there's no way you can defend against a team that is mentally stronger than you. If you open the game, because Egypt opened the game totally, they even scored and it got chopped off and they scored again. It means they never defended for the rest of the game. It was totally, there was a counter that Paredes saved that should have made that game 3-0 because it was 4-1 or 3-1, if I don't remember well. So
Yeah.
against Argentina, it is not about you defending or attacking when you lead. It's about you being better than them mentally. If you are not, you will lose because they know what it takes to get there and win it. You don't know. You're exploring. So when champions are playing, they have the mentality that we don't have anything to lose. We've already won this. You are trying to win it, so you still have the scares of trying to win it. They already know how it feels to win it. So under that pressure, you crack and then they prevail. And that's what Argentina has been doing throughout this tournament.
Fair point. Rubino.
Okay, so what I was about to say is that let's not forget that this is football. And as Grambalo always says, two football games can never be the same. It's a fair thing to say that Argentina is the champion. They have the experience. They have the winning mentality and all that. But if there's one thing you've noticed about Spain, they are level-headed. They are very, very level-headed. No matter the pressure you put on Spain, even if you are winning them 10-0, they are not changing for you. They'll stick to their game plan to the end. And that is something that I've noticed with so many teams that have played against Argentina. They always get away from their game plan, and then Argentina pressure them, and at the end of the day, Argentina gets to take the game. Coming to the midfield, you guys are talking about Enzo and the other people. I would like to tell you guys that these players, they are talented players and all that, but there's something about them. They are playing physical. And trust me, you cannot play physical over technique. You are not going to see the player before talking about attacking him or being physical with him. Grambalo can testify. We've played a game. I told him, these guys, they are kids. But trust me, when they want to go technically, you are not going to see them physically. You can't see them. So
That's right.
let's not focus on they have a strong mentality and all that. There are people who have strong mentalities, but they will not talk to you vocally. They will not push you and do stuff. They'll frustrate you by using the ball. So let's be aware of Spain. Let's be aware of Spain. I know Argentina is very tough. They have the winning mentality and all that. But Spain is not a team that can easily crack down on pressure. I don't think so. So that's just what I have to say.
But we
So
cannot we
let's
cannot we
let's
cannot
let's
take we
hear it from
cannot
the
take
coach.
that
Coach,
away
give us
from
a coach's
Argentina still.
perspective.
No, I was thinking about
Coach,
Argentina and Spain because they are like two different philosophies and they came to the final in two different ways. So based on my view is like Argentina need a trigger to start to be a killing machine, but Spain is a flow, a performance flow. They just keep continuing doing the same thing until you crack like
Exactly.
with France, because the crack and all the problem, because you can see from outside, even the coach of France, Deschamps, didn't have any solution from outside. You saw after the penalty, he was staying on the bench without saying nothing, and Yamil Amal killed this guy on the number 3. I think his name is Lucas, something like this. Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy was. You need to put him out. But even the staff don't have any. I don't know if they have any solution for Yamil Amal on the bench, but they didn't have any reaction to that. So they just continue killing France was defending line and attacking line, and in between 1-2 players sometimes, and that's it. They lose the game mentally in that moment. Each time they find a small crack, they are like water on pressure. They will put in that crack a lot of water and you're gonna break. This is what Spain is doing. It's not doing nothing special, nothing physical. But on the other side, Argentina, it's waiting you to try to find something so they can motivate themselves, because they are so powerful. They don't do nothing by force. They just the same. They try to break you with the talent, and 2-3 times they will force it, and then they'll relax again, and again they will force it, and then they relax. Okay, when you're gonna lose a bit of tempo, or they receive a goal, or they will make you more mad, they will try to put you out of your mind, like with all the teams. Already this is a bad mentality for the other teams, that everyone help Argentina. Okay, I cannot prove something, but we can see they are 5% they have all the time. It's like the home games when you are at home by the referees. I think you see the game, yeah, it will be easier to help you a bit because you're the team, you're not the guest, yeah. So it's like this. But to be honest, even I don't like Argentina, I don't support them. They are mentally strong. They make you break down mentally, and you see them when they want to force you to break you down, and you don't have nothing, because they are also strong and good and physical and tactical and everything. So you get frustrated. I understand somehow Egypt, but to be honest, I don't want to be racist, but this is the mentality of countries who are like gypsy in Romania. All the time they are victims. No, bro, you had 2-0. What to do? What to do? You had 2-0.
Protect your
This
league.
it's a strong mental that comes over you. It's a strong civilization that comes over you. It's a strong something. Do something. Okay, you put the hands like this for what? For what? You cannot do this. Okay, they kill you. Okay, they are supported. Okay, whatever. But at some point, we need to stop with the bullshit and to see yourself that, okay, I make mistake. This is my level, and I try to push more, but I cannot support the pressure of Argentina. It's like I try with one I don't know, one small car to beat Mercedes in a race. Like Dacia with Mercedes. Okay, maybe I'll do something. I'll be in 100 meters. Maybe the first 10 meters I'll be better, but then they will win because they are engineered that way. You cannot do nothing. This is my opinion. I don't know if I am wrong, but every time, okay, they are supported. Every time it's this discussion. But let's don't take the victim mentality. We don't need to be victim, because they wanted this. They wanted us to feel like victims, so we cannot conquer them. It's the same in politics. It's the same in war. It's the same in football. They want you to think you are a victim. If you start to believe you are like this, halas in Arabic, yeah? So it's like this. This is my opinion. I don't know if I am wrong, or
Fair point. Fair point.
I see it wrong, but
But I
I
don't
have
think
a
I don't think I don't think that I don't also want us to ignore the fact that there's something wrong that is going on. Something wrong that is going on. I
we
know
cannot ignore it.
if you want to if you want to step into if you want to go into let's say you're heading to a war front against 10,000 people, against 10,000 soldiers, and you have 100,000 behind you, you're very certain that you win. I mean, you're going with the mentality that I have 100,000 soldiers behind me and they're ready to kill. But coming
They
knowing
have drones.
coming in knowing that
Argentina have drones and come over you and kill you.
yes, so they already have. If
Yeah.
we cannot, when we see the kind of things Argentina players, the way they play, the kind of favors that are given to them, the kind of treatment that is given to them, against other teams, we cannot solely blame the other teams for being weak or not having the mentality. We can go
No,
and
Marlon,
but
you
play
cannot
one.
victim on yourself. This is my point.
but right now we're just talking about football. You know, whether they found our favor or not, we cannot deny the fact that they be performing. Actually, they be playing good football. Look,
Yeah, no, they
my
are playing good
as as
football,
as
but
as a football fan, I'm just gonna wait for the best team to win. But but you know, I don't know if this can happen or not. My biggest fear is that if Korea will stay calm and not pick a card, it will be a very different game. I fear on this. I feel they will target him constantly on that game, and he's probably gonna be sent off before the 90 minutes. But if he can compose himself and play 11 against 11, it will be a very different game on that day. It's not always going to be like, oh, it's all Argentina mentality. Spain have a good mentality also. They are very calm. They are consistent. They are constantly doing what they do according to coach. And Argentina will keep pushing. But if Korea can be disciplined, it will be a different ball game. That's just my opinion on this.
So my opinion, yeah, I think personally, I think so far a few teams have exposed Argentina. My opinion, a few teams have exposed Argentina. If you watch the game carefully against Cape Verde and the game against Egypt, if only these two teams could have the mentality the Argentinian players have, it would have been a whole different result for those two games, Egypt and Cape Verde. So again, if you look at the way Argentina plays, they have it in them. They play like champions and they play like there's no tomorrow. That's the little edge they have above everyone else so far. Because if you watch how Argentina plays, they don't care about the referees, they don't care about the fans. They care about themselves. They play together as a team, as a unit. I was telling Grand Balo the other day that most of these guys, Romero, Licha, us United fans, we get so mad at Licha because he cannot play 4 consecutive games without getting injured. The same with Romero, but when they put on that Argentina shirt, they can play for 6 months straight without injuries. That's the difference between Argentina and the other teams. But again, Spain is also a team of champions. They are coming off the back of winning Euros. So they also have it in them. In pitching, you say, now people they sabi tournament football. So both of them know how to play a competition and win. So if Argentina goes into that game thinking they can bully Spain into winning, it's not going to work. Spain is not Egypt, Spain is not Cape Verde, Spain is not England. If they have the mentality that they want to bully Spain and win the game, I'm sorry to say, but it's going to be different because Spain, they have an experienced coach who has won a major tournament before. Because in my opinion, winning the Euros is almost similar to winning the World Cup. Because the Euros there's no mediocre teams in the Euros, it's proper teams. So if you can win the Euros, I think you can stand up to someone who has won the World Cup. So my point is, if the finals is going to be free and fair, you understand what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. That's what I think.
it is still the World Cup, still
So
FIFA
what
World
I
Cup.
think is,
Marshall.
yeah, first of all, I want to touch on this physicality and technicality thing in football because there was a time where technicality was not going anywhere. Mourinho came with that style of play. Jurgen Klopp succeeded with that style of play. Was using only physicality to dominate football, and they succeeded. So when we say that you cannot succeed only with physicality over technicality, it is wrong. You can actually do it in football. That's what English football has been doing for a long time. Number two is Spain needs everything to work perfectly before they can win a game. So this person has to be good with his positioning and almost needs to find all the spaces that are going to be left behind when Lamine Yamal takes somebody on the dribble or when somebody makes a run. Everything needs to work perfectly for Spain to win games. That's their style of play. They will repeat the same thing, and then they get a crack, and then they are able to go through you. Argentina starts the game trying to shake your rhythm already. So whatever thing you're planning, the physicality already comes in to move it. So Rodri,
Yeah.
maybe you used to hold the ball until you find a very small space and play through. You'll not be able to hold the ball like that because there's two people pushing you all the time. So the human being in you is going to change. Yeah, you're not a machine. You're going to react to that physicality. And that there can change a lot of things in that game. I'm not saying that Argentina has the edge. I'm just trying to correct the person who said physicality and technicality. The, the one thing that has proven to us that is going to be consistent in football is physicality and not technicality. Because Barcelona, who was wonderfully technical, has not seen a Champions League in 2015. And they have been
Match.
using technicality every single year, it's not taking them anywhere. If
Uh,
you take the physical players out of PSG, I'm talking Hakimi, Nuno Mendes, PSG is nothing. Forget about the midfield alone. They are not going
Fair
anywhere
point. Fair
without
point.
those technical
Yeah.
players. And even the physical ones in the Dembeles, the runners, and the Varasquelias who are good with the ball. Because technicality is not only about being able to pass the ball through people. You being able to resist tackles and all of that, that's physicality as well. So if we are thinking that the game is only going to be played on a technical level for Spain, Spain needs to change something in their style of play to be able to match up with the kind of physicality that Argentina is going to come with. If they play the same football they've been playing against other teams and try to be solely technical against that team that plays rugged football, I'm sorry, they're not winning the game.
Machala, I seriously disagree with you on this point. I think football is more of a technical game than a physical game. I think you are talking like an analyst. You're watching the football outside of the pitch. But if you play, you will understand that football is more like
Technicality.
here. Like the great midfielders, if you look the way Busquets plays, I think physicality is like 20%.
I
Football is
understand.
here. Yeah, it's here. I
I
think
understand. No, we
yeah,
are
it's
sounding like
more of,
McAllister is not technical as well. That's the problem.
there
We
are
are
players
can't.
who
It
is gonna
sounds like
there are that
It
is
sounds
gonna
like we are saying that Rodri is
who is
100%
every
technical and then
day.
Enzo Fernandez is 10. That's my problem. Because the same Argentina players also have technical qualities,
Well,
but
that's
now they
true.
have a physical edge over the other people. That's what I'm trying to correct. Because everybody you cannot play in a World Cup final if you're not technical enough, especially in midfield.
Can
No.
I say something? Can I say something?
Yeah, Rubino.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Machala,
Sure.
first, I want you to understand something. I would want you to look at the finals as a football analyst, a football lover, and not an Argentina fan. First, that's the
The,
first point.
the final is between
Just calm down.
Spain
Just
and
calm down.
Argentina. I don't really care who wins.
Just calm down. I'm gonna come to your point, to my point. So, if you can take yourself like 5 steps back, I started by saying that the whole thing is not just about technicality and physicality, because the narrative that you guys were pushing is that Argentina is going to crack Spain. What I was trying to say is that you can't crack someone solely by being physical. If you are coming to crack someone by being physical, the chances are very slim. Spain being a technical team doesn't mean they are not physical. Bro, don't underestimate Rodri. He's a very, very, very
Yeah.
physical player. He's very, very physical. Rodri is very, very physical. But the number of times he gets physical in a game are very less because of the system they are using to play. Because of the system they are using to play. So Spain has a couple of, even Laporte. Laporte is a very physical player. They have moments that they become physical, but they play more of technique. That's why I was talking about their technicality. And the same way Argentina is not just playing physicality. Bro, Enzo Fernandez is not just anybody. He's a machine. He's technically good and he's physically good. But when you come into a game to play a technical team and the first thing you have in your mind is that you are physically better than them, you are already failing.
Guys, I
You
think we all miss one point here that Congo had is the spirit in these finals. Also, the beliefs
exactly.
in them as anything that you want, you know. We will come down from beliefs of football to belief of religion and so on. And we need also to take the spirit because I think my belief is that not technical, not physical, not everything. This we try now. We have the ways to coach We have the information to coach anywhere on the planet, football as in a good way. But how you come to a common spirit with all the team, doesn't matter they are Christian, Muslims, and so on, so on. You know, and this will make the difference also at one point. Because look, we was talking about all about Argentina, but you see the team, it's feeding themselves with all the negative that come on them. They give them more energy. It's because of them believing them. Okay, everyone is against us, let's kill them more. You know, it's a thing also. You know, when you maybe you played in a small team and you feel the referee is against you, the opponent is against you, and maybe one or two, three colleagues on the bench is against you also. In that moment, the group of 14, 15 guys will take all the on them, and also you need to have a good leader. Remember Porto, how they win with Mourinho in that time. They don't have any physical thing. They have only the technical, tactical part, but they have a spirit, led by God rest him in peace, Jorge Costa, as a leader. You know, so we need to take also to see who have a better leader in consideration, who have a better spirit as a team in consideration. So this is my belief. We need to don't take this spirit out of the game, because I'm coaching also kickboxers and a lot of fighters, and they believe in this also. Even Santana, if you are in the war area, in the military area, this is a thing that you need to trust your colleague with your life, and also with your wife. We have a joke, if I cannot trust you with my wife, I cannot trust you with my life.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
In fighting zone and military zone, you have this say. So also this, I trust you to be my colleague. I trust you to win the World Cup. I trust you to win against Argentina, win against, if we are a small team, This is my opinion about this. And also we can now make a big picture about this World Cup. They give a chance to the small team, but it's a controlled chance, in my opinion. If you want to see the things that is beside the pitch, yeah, because in the end you cannot win against big budgets, against big values, against everything. It will come to a point where I come with a gun and you come with drones, and what can I do? It's the same. I come with what I can do with, okay, this team Egypt, okay, they have some players, but they are not valuable. You put one by one against Argentina, you never win. Some point you crack. Okay, now we're gonna see the real football. Spain against Argentina. You can see in my opinion, France, because they have the Clairefontaine. Yeah, you have the biggest base for the physical part, an amazing concept for the physical part in France, and the product is Mbappe, yeah, is the product of Clairefontaine, and all this generation that comes, it doesn't come by mistake. It's a national way to select the players, to put them there. The altitude, it's perfect for becoming a top athlete. So different strategy, it will bring you in the elite. Even Germany, they have their own national strategy to find some players who can support the volume of work to be World Cup champion. Spain, they have this thing to keep the possession of the ball. France, to be athletic and to bring Africans, to make them more than, it's in the DNA. You have more advantage as African than white. This is not racist. This is through true science. This is true. You are more physical. If you improve your technical, nobody can stop you. like Brazilians, the skill they born, they have this smartness in the skills that they do. You somehow you are born with this. Now because of the social life that they have problems also to bring new players at that skill level, because everyone is good now. Everyone have food. Everyone, they don't have any more favelas that big. The crime is almost over. So also we need to take all these things in consideration, because in my opinion, again, for myself, I wish France was the winner, as I don't know, when I was kid, Brazil. But now you see, it's not only about this, it's more than this. I don't know if you have something to say in this side. I think I cover most of my idea now about this World Cup.
Yeah, I think so.
What I
Personally, I think
what I just think is this is one game. Your tactics and your strategy needs to work to win the game. If we start, I don't think we should worry too much about who is more physical and who is more technical, and just think about who is more
It's
prepared.
one more thing. Wait, you know how France lose the game with Spain? Lucas is 32 years old. You know how many days you need to recover between the games? You know who made the biggest mistake? He made the penalty. Maybe he was fatigued in that moment. You don't know what is inside the player.
Exactly.
You can see him. Yamil Yamal put a lot of pressure on him. Every action, the other goals, the goal that they declined on his side also. So again, Deschamps make a big mistake. They didn't change him. 32 years old. How many games you can play in a row at this level? This is also a thing. Who's gonna be more fresh in the final? Because
I just think
in these things, the freshness will not be only based off the physical coaches. There are the doctors involved. There are the level, how many games they played before in the championship, how much break they had, how they prepare for the World Cup, how they travel during the World Cup. You have many other things. Which strategy they use.
But coach,
So
I think they have a physical trainer here. He knows about all these aspects that you just mentioned. They had Hernandez. So why didn't they pick Hernandez if they know his recovery time was short for him to be ready to play against Lamine?
because sometimes the old coaches, you go at them with an opinion, and we all was on the field, and you say to him, look, and with the doctor made him blood test in the morning and say, look, coach, we cannot use him,
Mm-hmm.
but he, in his mentality, he don't have any other option. He will say, he is 32, Lucas have experience, he can win the mental game against Yamil Yamal if he can go in his mind. He can maybe position himself because he have experience to block him, and so on. You don't know the other criteria that is on the specific part. So how can I put my because I'm part of a staff. Maybe me and if I'm lucky, the doctor will come to support me. They will say, okay, his blood test looks like he's fatigued. And the coach will say, I play in 1997 with I don't know who, 1998, sorry, with I don't know who left back, and he played all the games at the same age and don't have any problem, blah, 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 blah. He will come with some reason like this. And sometimes it's work. We had a lot of players who played injury with experience. They play in different situation and they help the team. The problem is the reaction of the coach.
That's true.
You see, one time, two times, that guy is dead. You don't change him, because now I'm emotional because I wanted France to win. To be honest, to see
think
France against
for
Argentina.
me, defensively, I think Zinye is more better than Hernandez. Hernandez is good
me too.
offensively. Defensively, Zinye is better than Hernandez for me.
Me too. I think
I think
And
Hernandez would have
Deschamps
gotten
the
smooth.
probably Deschamps
and
should have.
we don't
Yeah.
take one thing in consideration now. We have AI, and all these guys in the staff have all the information that they need. But
Yeah.
if you check any AI, it has bugs. He cannot take the human part into consideration when he take a decision. So they have different suggestions by the AI for the video analyst guys, for the defending guys, for the different type of analyze that you ask the AI, they will give you. This is the second World Cup when they have AI on the bench
Okay.
in real time, and they receive some notification about the opponent, where they have the biggest gap, where they have the smallest gap. So it's also the game, how you react in during the game with your stuff. Because if you look at Mbappe, he was looking at the bench in front. He was walking sometimes, looking at the bench, and Deschamps stay on the bench like this. And he was talking with one fucking assistant, ball that I don't know what they were talking about. They don't do any movement during the game. I think you remember these images during the game. We all see these images. You remember them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
yeah, yeah.
1-0 for Spain, they stay on the bench. They was talking like there is no tomorrow, and they don't react. Because in these games, you can change in after 25 minutes a player. Okay, you kill him mentally. I don't care. He's 32 already. I don't need him for the next World Cup.
That's
Okay,
true.
I need to win the game in the next 70 minutes.
Yeah, I think
Okay, Deschamps
Deschamps
have a
made
big
his changes
problem,
very late.
and he's very arrogant. First of all, and I think, in my opinion, despite his coaching a lot of Africans, he have this arrogance of a white man, that he knows all, that he's the best, that he's 20 years in the national team, that he's the best, that no one can survive. France cannot survive without him in that position. And this is wrong, in my opinion. Every person can be changed for any job, for any position in the social life. Even now with this new mentality and new ideology, even in the family, you can be changed like this, as a wife, as a uh, husband, and so on. So how you can think about yourself that you are the god of France football? Because this is what he showed me, and in the most important moments you don't have reaction, and I'm pissed off based on this. You know.
Yeah. So,
So yeah.
let's move away from the French game a little. And I want
Yeah.
us to we cannot talk about the World Cup without talking about VAR and the controversies that we've been seeing from the World Cup. So I want to ask you guys, like, what has to be done for VAR to be consistent? Because we see one game they are consistent, the next game they are not. So what has to be done? Like, what does FIFA have to do? Is it that they are intentionally making VAR to be inconsistent, or is it what has to be done? Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah.
Rubino,
Uh,
you're muted, bro.
bro, can you get me now?
Yes, yes.
If you ask me, if you ask me personally, I would say, in my own opinion, firstly, I would say introducing VR to football was a very big mistake. It was a very, very big mistake because I don't see why you have to bring a supporting team or a supporting part to human to human, whereby the supporting part is they are still humans. You understand? If VAR was some sort of automated something like the goal line technology, whereby an incident happens and it detects automatically, I would be 100% okay with it. But I don't see how some people sit in a room and they draw us lines that we cannot explain how the lines are moving to tell us that this is the offside position, this is not the offside position. And then we just agree. Sometimes they decide to call on the referee, sometimes they don't. So, in my opinion, firstly, I don't agree with VAR existing in football because it has made the game so boring and so controversial. So because of this, I would say the VAR has been very poor all through the
Sincerely
competition.
speaking, I think for me,
That's all I have to say.
I have no
Grandpa, what
problem
do you think?
against VAR. I think it has helped us a lot with good decisions. Apart from Argentina in this World Cup, I think VAR for me has been spot on. So unless when it comes to Dodge, I don't know why they don't call the referees or they don't check on VAR. But apart from Argentina, for me, it's okay. Like Santana said earlier, there
So
are things we don't want to
elaborate,
mention.
elaborate.
I think
What
Coach
do you mean
even
by
said
what do you mean by apart from
earlier
Argentina? It's
as
okay,
well.
elaborate.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Grambalo, you see, this is what I'm saying. For you saying that apart from Argentina, the
That's
VAR
why
has been
because we
spot
don't
on.
we don't
That is one of
we
the
can't prove
problems I'm
it.
talking
So
about.
it's better we don't
Because
talk
you
about it.
cannot have a solution to a problem that affects another problem.
Uh, Because
So, but
something
you already
there's
said
a
as
question
apart from
mark when it
Argentina,
comes to
which means you
Argentina
already
in this World
accept that
Cup.
there's a
But we can't
problem
prove it
somewhere.
and we don't want to talk about it. Yeah, so for me I think VAR is spot on. 2010, that game, I think it was England against
Exactly.
Germany. Lampard scored a goal. If you guys can remember, I think if there was VAR then, England would have gone through in that game. If
But also,
but,
Grambalo, I think these
but
are the
you
things that
playing,
make football an
giving
exciting game,
your
a game of
everything on that
emotion
pitch,
that
fighting,
brings up
you
your
expect to
adrenaline.
get the
Going
right
into the
calls.
game knowing that
You don't want to
there are
be
things
there
that
thinking,
can
okay,
happen.
it's a human mistake. When you've given up everything, you've been fighting for 90 minutes, and then you go home and then you feel like there was this
Exactly.
decision that maybe the ref didn't call it. But with the VAR, I think for me, it's okay. I have nothing against VAR, especially this World Cup, unless we want to talk about Argentina.
You keep saying you want to talk about Argentina, but you are not elaborating. Anyway, guys, my opinion on VAR. My opinion on VAR is if VAR was consistent and automated, it would have been perfect. Because FIFA or UEFA cannot bring in something which is supposed to help the human referees, and then it is controlled again by human referees. So, in my opinion, it doesn't really make sense because if you see with tennis, everything is automated. If they can automate goal line technology, why can't they automate VAR?
I
It
think
can be
Exactly.
done unless they want to
I
keep
think
favoring
coach
Argentina, like
and
Grambalo said.
Santana they said it.
Coach,
Okay.
you're smiling. What's your opinion?
So to support your point, I think there was a game, France, was it France,
Yeah.
Spain, something like that, where they were complaining that all the video assistants were Argentinians.
Yes.
So you see, this is already a problem. Before you are going into the game, you're already having a mental breakdown. Whereas if it was automated, you are going there knowing that, okay, I'm playing with the referee and whatsoever happens later, it's automated. So this VARs being humans, to me, I don't really feel comfortable with them.
Anyways, it
If I
is what
should,
it
if I
is.
should,
What can we say?
if I
So
should
the
put in,
general opinion is maybe VAR should be automated, which is it's not going to happen. So anyway, guys, which team has disappointed you guys the most? Like which
Brazil,
team did you
man.
expect a lot from and you were
Brazil.
disappointed?
Big
I don't know if
time.
y'all can hear me, but hello.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
hear you.
yeah.
We can hear you.
I that shirt you're putting on, disappointed me, bro. We came in. We this competition started with me with hopes that Brazil was going to give Neymar this World Cup. I had so much hope, up to the point where I was ready to bet on it. Brazil had the best squad. Let's forget about teams like Spain, England. Brazil had the squad that was ready to win. But from their first game to when they were knocked out, personally, I would say that if I want to
Yeah, me
rate them,
too.
they were not on 10. They were not up to 5.
I think for me, their problem started with their
I
team
think Brazil
selection.
had a very
That was
mediocre. The Brazilian squad was very mediocre. It was
2026.
very.
Danilo is playing right back for
It was very average.
Brazil. Come on, guys.
Yeah, the team
But
selection
then,
was very poor.
looking at but still, it's Brazil. Still, it's Brazil.
He's starting for Brazil, Massa. And
It's
Bob is on
Brazil.
the bench.
It's Brazil, and I want to say, even if we have some lapses, or even with the selection Ancelotti did, Brazil still came with a squad that could still put in some level of performance. But then the players, I don't know if it's the players or the coach. I'll start by blaming the coach. The coach. I don't see you bringing a player like Igor Thiago to the World Cup, and then you're leaving this fast kid on the bench, and you're putting Igor Thiago on the first game of the World Cup. That dude practically did not do anything. The last game they were knocked out, we had Neymar on the bench up to about, let's say, 75th minute before he brought Neymar on. That is a decisive game that needs players with experience. I don't see you using Martinelli as an offensive midfielder when Neymar is on the bench, very fit to play. He would have decided the game for Brazil. The moment he got in, things changed. We all saw it.
My disappointment.
Brazil
I have three things that I'm going to mention for this.
After this competition, Brazil will go down to 150.
Tournament. Brazil, Portugal,
because
they all right, I'm going to start with Brazil. First, their team selection was 0 for me. Ancelotti, I think he's very stubborn. Like, I don't know if he thinks we are still playing. He's still in AC Milan in 1998 with his team selection. He's very stubborn. He doesn't want to adapt to the modern football. Because I'm saying this because I support Real Madrid. Before him going to Brazil, he has been doing the same thing at Real Madrid. Poor team selection. Like, every time he does the same mistakes with his arrogance. He's very arrogant. Like 2026, man, Danilo right back for Brazil. Portugal. He doesn't even play for Flamengo.
And Danilo does not even start for Flamengo. Danilo does not even start for Flamengo.
The expectation we have for Portugal, especially with their midfield combination of Vitinha, Bruno, and João Neves, with what their performance was poor.
Bruno.
We expected much from them. Like, I can't even remember. I don't even know Bruno Fernandes, how many assists did he have throughout this tournament? I think Vitinha was the biggest disappointment.
I think it was just one. The one with against Uzbekistan.
2?
Yeah, with 1.
With 21 assists, my brother.
Rambalo, I don't think you should only blame Vitinha. Bruno was Premier League's player of the season. And his performance this World Cup, I'm a United fan, and
I think
I
I think
I
it
get
goes back to what the coach was saying, that football is not just
Romino,
a
those
game
guys
of
had
you
5
getting
games
into the
to
pitch and
adapt.
playing.
5 games.
It's a game of you wanting to win, you giving in you trusting your teammates and all that. When I when I when I see Bruno Fernandes play, I see a lot of him looking at others like he doesn't see their level, like he doesn't feel like they are up to the level. Sometimes I just feel like that. I don't know if any other person sees it like that. Like he goes into the game thinking like everything is the war is supposed to revolve around him. So it affects the game a lot, like a whole lot.
It's
I've
almost
always
it's
said it
almost
that
like it's almost like the
Argentina,
Portuguese players are
Portugal.
jealous of each other.
Yeah, that's right.
and
exactly.
this
You got it.
that alone is the difference between these other teams and Argentina. There is the difference. These guys are ready to when you in every team there is a leader. There is someone they look up to. There's someone they will want to push. There's someone they want to fight for. In as much
Right.
as we want to escape it, we don't want to talk about it like that. The Argentinian team is playing for Messi. I will say it this way: they are ready to kill for him. They are ready to give in their best. You see, at every game they put in that energy, and they are ready to make him do whatever he wants to do. We have Vitinha, we have Bruno Fernandes, and we have
Bro,
how they
those
call this
guys
other guy?
failed
This João
in
Neves.
every key game.
These
They
three
failed.
guys are unable to give
Mind you,
a single pass
Argentina have
to a
top
striker.
players with egos.
Oh no!
Like Enzo Fernandez is a top player.
Yeah.
McAllister,
Miserably.
DePaul, top player. Martinez, top player. Licha, Lisandro
Lautaro
Martinez,
Martinez.
top player. Romero, top player.
Lautaro
Tagliafico,
Martinez.
top player.
Lautaro
But
Martinez.
when they goes to Argentina, it's Messi and 23 other players. Top.
He's
And
real.
they are also top. The
And
other
they're also top.
23.
Yeah. And one thing
They
is
have a
let's not get it
background of
twisted.
top players.
Let's not get it twisted. It's not as if Ronaldo has not earned it. He has earned his place. He has earned his place. He basically carried Portugal for so many years with a proper team. Proper team in the sense that they were willing to play for him. But I'm sorry to say, most of them were mediocre players as compared to these players that Portugal have now. But it feels like when they play, it feels like
They're fighting against each
they
other.
are jealous of Ronaldo to an extent. Bruno, like Rubino
Joel,
said,
there's a saying.
especially Bruno Fernandes, it's like he's starting
Joel,
from
there's a
Manchester
saying that
United.
there's
Starting
a
from
saying
Manchester
that
United, Bruno used to fight,
there's a saying that
take penalties.
no matter how big you get, right? Never try to outshine your master. There's this saying that
Yes.
no matter how big you get, never try to outshine your master. Even if you do it behind, never show it to his face. It's very, very bad, because when you start trying to outshine your master, you are going to fail. And that is what has happened in the Portuguese team. These guys had to just push this man through, let him go in a fair way, and then they can do whatever thing they want to do. But their egos could not let them. Bruno Fernandes in particular. The praises they've been giving him just made him feel like, okay, he's at the top. You don't do that when the person who was before you is still there. It doesn't work. Even if you have everything at that moment, it's all going to sink at one point.
Yeah.
So that is where their problem started. No matter
Coach,
what
I mean,
the media was saying about Ronaldo, there was one thing, they had one assignment: protect him. That's all.
yeah.
Robino,
Coach,
it's as simple
if-
as
Coach,
we have
Coach,
basic
you're here.
examples like
Yeah. I was listening because
Yeah.
I was thinking about
Yeah. What I
all
wanted
the
to say, what I wanted
situation
to
that
say is,
happened.
sorry. What I wanted to say is, I think also Martinez has to take some of the blame because as a coach, you should be able to decipher your team and see when something is going wrong and what needs to be corrected. Because in my
After
opinion,
45 minutes.
from the game
About
the game against
I said, coach,
the game against Spain, it was in Spain that knocked Portugal out. Bruno Fernandes should have
coach,
been
Spain,
I think
taken off.
personally it's very okay for a
Bruno
top
Fernandes should
player
have been
to have
taken
a
off
bad
long time
game.
ago.
But now your reaction for the
Bruno
next game.
Fernandes shouldn't have even come out of the dressing room.
Yeah, I personally like if I'm going for a game, yeah, like they're expecting me like, okay, Balo, this is your game. We are expecting you to like lead us, give us goals, or maybe
yeah,
assist
it's
or
normal.
motivate
It's
us to
human
win.
being.
If I have a bad game, I go back home, I'm unable to sleep. I'm waiting for the next game to make amends, to do better. But I don't think these Portugal players they are mindful of like today was a bad game, we need to do better. They just go in, they are relaxed, like okay, it's about Ronaldo, the media is talking about Ronaldo, blah blah blah. Like they don't even care. I don't think those guys care about playing for Portugal. Or maybe they're waiting for the chance for Ronaldo to retire and then maybe they want to prove themselves. Yeah.
No, but
Let's see the typology of the player, because also the history will say a lot about the future. I like a lot Bruno Fernandes. What he did in Manchester, what he win in Manchester, how he can be the next leader of Portugal.
no.
This is why they cannot make the change. And to be honest, football it was in a big crisis. Even I wanted to make it the big picture, starting from when we talk about the VAR. Yeah, look, football was in a point where they changed the ball to try to score more goals, to be more to bring more adepts, because it was a point that start to fall down as a sport. You understand? So why they promote it a lot in USA now with Infantino? Because of this, because we need more and more fans to have more incomes, and we need to um, calculate also this. You know what VAR do to your brain? It trick your mind like the slot machines. If you play in casino, the same. This is what VR is doing to your mind. When they cancel the goal, they allow the goal,
exactly.
they do this kind of things
It's
in your brain.
frustrating.
They play with your dopamine. For this, they introduce this type of technologies because they tested different technology. If you look now, they tested to play only 30 minutes effective in one half because they wanted to see if the breaks, because it's only 1 hour game like this, so you can have more games of 1 hour, so you can pay more in the publish things that you put on the side and all these incomings that you can have. So it was also a thing to take in consideration. They just want to change the game for the benefits of the money, the politics, okay? And then they think about the players. Even now, you see coaches was talking about too many games for one player in 1 year. It cannot be. They kill the players. They allow, I in my belief, because I know a bit of physiology, they cannot have only on natural way this type of players to play 65 games and then play one World Cup without injuries. So somehow someone protected them, to be honest. So let's see the big picture. Also, when you make a change of generation, what you can bring more is like a product. When you have a product that is peak, you need to prepare the second product. Imagine now also you are in power as a president of federation. Imagine Cristiano Ronaldo will retire with maybe 1 billion in his pocket and he go against you. You want this? Imagine
Fair
this
point.
kind of
Fair
things.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, because in my belief, I think the one who can represent football worldwide is Cristiano Ronaldo at this point, not Infantino. In my opinion, I have a honest opinion as ex-football player. Okay, Messi. Okay, his mind, he's a genius, but a genius only in football. He cannot talk.
Yeah.
I don't see
Yeah.
any interview with him in English more than 5 words. Okay.
Coach, you are very right about that. And if you look at Messi very well, Messi is I'm a Barcelona
He's a
fan.
genius only in football and finish. He cannot do
I'm a,
politics. He cannot do other things.
I'm a Barcelona fan, but I like to be always frank. Messi, when you look at Messi very well, when you look at him as a human, he's a very cocky human being. He's a very cocky human being. He's the kind of person that can look you in the face and then tell you, and then go to your back and stab you. But Ronaldo, on the other hand, we criticize him a lot because he's real. He's real. He tells you the way it is. So, keeping away football, Messi is not somebody that can represent in terms of being at the top. He's going to fail us because he's going to just sit there like there's nothing happening, but he knows everything that is going on. He knows all the mafia that has been done at the back. So for that, I would side you. Messi is not someone that you want to put at the top because he's gonna do terrible things that you will never believe. Like when you look at him, you look at him like this is a sin. This guy cannot do. He can't mess with stuff, but he's gonna do way bad things than people you can imagine. And
this-
The way
also,
he
this-
looks at you, you know,
Yeah,
it's a
these are
non-verbal
always- these are
message that
always
he
my
sends
opinion, like-
during the games.
Yeah, I always say this, like, in my opinion, Messi on the football pitch, he's more arrogant than Cristiano Ronaldo. The things he gets away with, Ronaldo will never get away with those things. Like I see clips from the World Cup, and even with MLS games, you see him talking to referees and pointing his finger at them like he's talking to his teammate, you know, and he gets away with them.
very short man.
And the things he does, Ronaldo can never get away with those things. And that's just how it is. And when Ronaldo does something similar, he gets criticized. And it's
close,
sad because
you know,
for
the
more than
view
23 years,
of what I
Cristiano
see.
has absolutely been battered by the media.
To close the view of what I see and make sense for FIFA to promote Messi as the biggest player is to defend themselves who have the power. Because at this point, already the people start to be full of some things, okay? And already you see it's coming out a lot of negative things, but in a way that you can see football, they make out of this World Cup the peak of what you can do with football as an entertainment, in my opinion. Because why? You bring the last World Cup and now again all the politics inside one place. Yeah, you have all the type of, even you accept Iran, yeah, to the World Cup. You kill them to show them that you have power. Then you kill them, the small teams. You show them that you give them chance, okay? But then you kill them during the game. Yeah, you give everything. You give the lowest things and the highest things. Our emotion in this World Cup, it was mixed. It was not like before, when you kind of know who you're gonna support. It will be the top 4, you know. But now they give to all the planet a chance to hope, but also they give the worst feeling and the best feeling, and they keep you in this zone to trick your mind. We are talking about this, look, 1 hour and 40 minutes, and we can talk about until tomorrow. So we talk about them, good, negative. They are corrupted. They are signs. They are everything. So Infantino did his purpose. He target every man on this fucking globe. I'm speaking a bad word now, but this is the truth. He is a genius in the end, if you want to see it from his point of view. He did what he wants.
Imagine it has got
to everyone to speak about football.
Think Sepp Blatter was
Now,
even
in this
better than
moment,
Infantino.
we have a lot
It
of
says a lot
conflicts.
about his
People are
government
dying.
because
Nobody's
Infantino is
talking
like,
about that.
I think he's
things.
terrorizing
They
football.
talk only about the World Cup on the planet. Imagine how he could do
And
this.
now I think now we are getting reports that the show it's gonna be like Super Bowl. It's gonna be like maybe 25 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
financial terrorizing.
How
They
did
give
we?
to
There's
the
some,
wealthiest more,
there's-
and to the poor they give something so they can say, "I give you."
guys, there's a question I want to ask.
Okay.
You see now, UEFA has started distancing themselves from FIFA,
Yeah.
because they see what Infantino is trying to do, and it's someone said the other day on Instagram that someone needs to save football from Infantino. I
Bro,
think he's more focused on making money
You
than
saw
entertaining.
the water breaks, 250 million extra. Imagine if two of the team that don't give revenue will come in the first four. What will happen? How many billions they will lose? T-shirts, marketing, anything, name it. Imagine
Anyway,
now Iran will come in the first first four. What will happen?
losing money.
that's
How
why
much power they will
when you
get
look at
inside
the
their countries?
the conspiracy theories that
No,
you
how
see
much
online
power? Imagine what happened
about FIFA.
Argentina before with Maradona. There was almost in a civil war. After that World Cup, everything was clear in the society level.
Coach,
Imagine how much power football gives you in this society level,
There's
in
a
the
question
political
I
level.
wanted to
coach,
ask
coach,
out of this.
coach. I feel
Yeah,
like
Rubino.
Joel,
I
there's
f-
a question I wanted to ask. There's this thing that has been baffling me about this ball. The ball has a chip, right?
Yeah.
And what is the purpose of that chip? Because when I
Yeah,
read about
there's
it,
a
I
chip.
for
didn't
the goal
quite
line.
grasp
You
the
know,
use of that chip.
they say it's about the moment you touch the ball, so the line will block at the VAR, yeah?
Yeah,
So the moment the last person will touch the ball before you signal the VR, then the line will be clear and you will see when it will be, you know? And also the line, the goal line, yeah? If it's
yes,
full or part of it out. So all this technology that they implement since last World Cup, it's also to put a lot of money in some budgets, okay?
exactly.
Because football will be with technology or without technology almost the same, to be honest. Imagine you go now in a game, second division in one strong league, it will be the same football, but you don't have the same arena, you don't have the same quality of the player, you don't have the only thing from the physical point of view, for example, is the how fast a player can take a decision between the elite and the professional. This is
Yes,
the only thing that in terms of physical will make the change. For example, you do a sprint and you show a red light, you go left, right, blue light, you go right, okay? The only difference in from professional to elite is the moment he can take the decision. Imagine this,
the reaction
okay?
time is very
The
fast.
reaction time, this is agility. The others is change of direction. When you know before you change direction, this is change of direction. It's not agility. So when you can sprint and also take different decision, that is agility. You know, based on the new terms.
Yeah.
So imagine they invest in this kind of technology to bring out the best of the best. Even you have the test, you look behind and then you look in front, or show you an image fast, few milliseconds, and then they will ask you how many things you see in that image. So the player who can register more details, they will be selected for bigger teams. So everything is based on technology now, but they put a lot of money that don't make sense. You
Coach,
know, okay, this technology can cost you. We can make it very simple. For example, power. When we work power, we can use elastic bands. We can use different machines. But you need to say to him on concentric, you need to do fast contraction. On eccentric, you need to control it. Okay,
But
so
coach,
this will improve. Yeah,
coach,
this will
let me
improve your.
continue. But does this technology help to improve the player's performance?
Yeah, I will say to you now what is the meaning. For example, you have you make powerlifting, okay? You take
Yeah.
the trap bar or the barbells or whatever, okay? When you're gonna lift, you need to make 100% intention. Doesn't matter how heavy you lift, okay? You need
That's right.
to try to push it maximum intention. And then when you are on the concentric phase, you need to give it a tempo to control it. 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Okay, we can control this, but we invent a machine that will force you to make maximum contraction and then to control, you know. So if I invent this machine, I will sell it to the clubs with 50k. If I will say to you zero money, I say to you what to do now. Who will be promoted? Me, that I give you this information for free, or the guys who are gonna have 50k per machine? You
Because
understand?
the reason why I asked about this ball is when I
And
watch
how
a
much money you can take from the project, from government project, to develop power in blah 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 blah. In I don't know, maybe in the military, the first it will be who they will test the military, then astronauts, then high athletes, and then civils. So it's all about the money game in niche technology. You know, the GPS first time was used by military, then they use to make the preparation in Australia, and then they start to use it on rugby players, and then on football, and so on. So everything is about to give a reason to borrow some money or to use some budget to increase a budget to a department or another. It's football, it's Ministry of, I don't know, Development, Ministry of Sports, Ministry of, I don't know what, even FIFA is doing the same. Nothing will change. We need to bring new ways to do this. And that's it.
Rubino, I think Rubino wanted
Makes
to say
sense?
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
coach. Everything you said, it always starts. It always starts with the minor changes. Like you see the changes that FIFA is trying to introduce, like the water breaks,
But
and
you know,
now
they are pretty.
Grant Balo was saying the finals, the halftime show is going to be more than 50 minutes. That's crazy.
Yeah, in the beginning they put you 50 minutes to 20 because the length from the pitch to the locker it's 3 minutes and 3 minutes back, so you can stay only 10 minutes is not enough, so you need to 20 minutes, you know. But the reality it's like 5 extra minutes in the
But I
to
don't think.
rent
I don't think
the
after the World Cup.
TV
I don't think.
zone
I don't
for
think after this World
marketing.
Cup there's gonna be the hydration break.
Imagine how much
Yeah,
We
money
need to
the
understand
commercials
commercials.
also
means.
because the climate
Yeah,
is very hot
commercials.
out there. So at some
Imagine
point it's good for the
this is
players for them to perform better. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
yeah, it is.
After the World Cup, I don't think after the World Cup they're gonna continue with this hydration break. It's like it's a win-win. Good for the players and then
It's
good for
right
their
also.
marketing because
yeah,
they're
Gambaro,
using it to
the
do their marketing
hydration.
and do their adverts and stuff like that. But I think it's also good for the players because the climate out there in America it's terrible. It's so hot.
I really don't think that we should look at what they stand to gain or what they do with the breaks, because the breaks,
Uh,
it's
Santana,
it's
let
what
me
the players need. At
for,
times
for
they play at
Santana. I want
100 or maybe 95
Santana.
degrees
I want to
Fahrenheit
contradict
out here.
myself
They need
because
those
I think
cooling breaks,
80% of those
and
pitches they have
those
AC
those
all over those
commercials do
Okay,
pitches. Those
nothing
pitches like those players
to
they
those
don't
I
feel
agree
breaks.
with you.
the humidity
I
that's
agree with you,
outside
but
because
let's
there's
see the
AC inside of
double.
those stadiums, right?
But it's still hot. It is still hot. It is still very, very hot. But
Guys, I think
but
you
Guys,
guys are not
the
understanding
commercials
the coach.
have to do with us watching from the
It's all
screen,
about money.
right in the
Yeah, it's all
pitch,
about
they
Do
don't
you
money.
see
know?
those
Do you know how
commercials.
much? Listen. Do you know how much FIFA makes from those commercials? It's all about money.
It is.
There's nothing Infantino. Listen, there's
250
nothing
million.
Infantino has done. There's nothing Infantino has done for this World Cup that is not centered around money. First thing is
Around money.
taking the World Cup to the
And-
US.
And look,
At the
Taking
end
the
of
World
the
Cup to the
day,
US. First, it was about the money.
and at the end
Yeah.
of
Santana,
the
it's
day,
double
knows.
standard here. Decision, double standard.
guys,
Look, if you want to
Coach.
protect the players, why you make so many competitions at the elite level?
Yeah,
yeah,
If you want to, you're thinking about their health. Oh my God, their health. We need water breaks, but we need 100 games, and you put pressure on the physical departments, and you put pressure on the coaches, and you put pressure on everyone just to provide every 3 days, to 2 to 3 days, one big game, because you have the first five competition in the world, and then you have the Champions Leagues and the Europa Leagues and the Conference Leagues and the IFC and the CONCACAF
Coach,
and around the
there are
world
some
they
players who
want to
played
mix
for Cape
for
Verde.
each
The-
zone, each
they
country,
played the
each
Irish League.
city to have every
After the
3
league,
days
they
one
went
game.
to the World
This is
Cup.
the objective. You
Back
kill the
in
players.
the Irish League, they are playing qualification to the Champions League. So you see,
Yeah.
everything is about money. They don't care about the players' welfare. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing that no,
Guys,
and one more thing.
A
We
lot.
was
this is
talking
why
A
about
lot.
Portugal. How many Angolese and Cape Verde players they have in the league, in the first 3 leagues? How many? A lot.
Mm-hmm. It's like
Yeah.
Curaçao.
So Cape
All
Verde
their
don't
best
they
players,
don't
they
play
play
with
for
their best
Netherlands.
player. They play with the best refused player. So another great point for them. You know, it makes sense. Yeah, for Netherlands, for Portugal, few for because when you are young, they will bring you in under 18, under 16. They will put you to play to that national team, and if you are good, they will keep you for the big national team or under 21, under 23. If you have one selection in the big national team, then you cannot go back to your country. You know, it was one guy suspended. Now they found out he was playing one time in his own country, and he played he wanted them in I think in Africa or Asia somewhere happened.
I think it was Argentina. Yeah, but
Yeah.
No,
but
no,
what I'm
one
saying is,
game.
coach,
If you
coach.
play one
if you
game
played
in your
for
team,
if you
that's
played
all.
for a national team just
One
like
game,
one
that's
game, there's a possibility
yeah.
of you filing if you want to switch your allegiance to another team. I think there's a
No,
possibility.
FIFA will
You can,
deny you
Robino, you can be called up
FIFA
for the
review.
only
senior
until
team.
under
Then
21,
don't play.
maybe under
If you're on the
23.
bench,
But
they can
then
fight for you. But if you
National
step
team
on that
even if you
pitch,
plus.
play
that's all.
national team
It's the
B,
same like Lampard.
the
Lampard was
Olympic
there
team
for
is finished.
France. I think he has been called up like 4 times, but he didn't play.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
supposed to play.
okay.
The one time Lampard was supposed to
Okay.
play, he got injured. That's when he switched to Spain. But he had been called up 4 times. Yeah,
Okay, Grandpa, what I was saying
Lampard has
earlier
been called
was
up 4 times for France national team.
Even Theo Hernandez. I think even Theo Hernandez was called up for Spain. Even Theo Hernandez has been called up for Spain as well.
Yeah.
and
But like,
So
coach, what I
basically,
was
you have
saying,
double measures.
coach,
You know,
what I was saying is
it's like everywhere.
but
what I was saying
Coach,
regarding the World Cup and Infantino and the World Cup going to the US. The first thing is Infantino
That's
and
right.
FIFA knew that the only country who can afford buying $300, $500, $1,000, $10,000 tickets is America. That's the only reason why the World Cup was taken to the US in the first place, because
And
no
it's
other
away
country,
from the
no
worst.
country in Europe, and it's crazy. Everything from the water breaks to the TV commercials to the halftime shows, it's all centered around money. It's all centered around money, and I
Aye.
think
And also
to
the
a
safety
greater
of the
extent,
fans.
to a greater
Imagine
extent. If
they
you look
make
at
this year in Europe. They make this year with the conflict that we have in
Coach,
Iran, with the conflict that we have in Ukraine.
yeah,
Imagine they make a World Cup in Europe in 5 countries or 10 countries, let's say,
But
because the distance is the same when you flight. Okay,
it's the
well,
same. Yeah,
imagine you cannot protect. It can happen a lot of terrorist things. Okay, terrorist. I don't want to believe in this kind of things, but this is the truth. You are not safe in Europe at this time. The only safe place now, it's and who have budget, it's North America. The others you are not safe. Imagine they took a president from Venezuela and they bring it in. They imagine they can take you from the house. Now we are talking and each one will disappear.
coach, you're not
It's the
talk so.
same.
Coach, you're not talk so. All right.
You know,
Uh,
this is the
all
reality
right.
in the world in these days. We have
Santana,
this technology
you
for
wanted to say
nothing, I
something?
swear. Sometimes.
All right. But I feel like
right?
everything being tilted towards finances, towards money, is making
right.
football lose its credibility. It's this
Because,
game.
and the betting system. You need to take in consideration this.
Yes. So this is a game people this is a game people love, people actually love, and they follow because of their emotions. And the game we grew up to love had nothing to do with money. Yes, money was maybe a secondary something, but I know everyone here loved football from just the game, not because of the money. And with all the controversies VAR is bringing, making the game much more complicated, and then FIFA tilting its support or its pushing whatever it's pushing, whatever team is pushing, or whatever narrative is pushing, whatever idea they are pushing, or they are.
No, it makes you addict. When the VAR is happening, it makes you addict. They play with your dopamine in this time. You want to see more conflict. You want to see more. Look how many hours we spend on these things.
But
Yeah.
we are
Because of
losing.
this is
Anyway,
the way Instagram is function. The way
Mhm.
yeah,
everything is function now, based
Algorithm.
on the neurological part. They play with your mind now,
yeah.
based on the VAR.
Anyway, guys, I want us to shift. We have just about 25 minutes left, so I want
Yeah.
us to talk now about African teams, and we've all seen for so many years, from way back and even recently at this World Cup, all African teams, the ones that eventually made it to the knockout stages, even the ones that didn't make out to the knockout stages, we get knocked out at the later stages of the game. Like Congo was leading against England, they couldn't hold up. Cape Verde the same, and last week Egypt. Egypt threw away a 2-0 lead 80 minutes into the game. What do you guys think is the problem? What is the problem? Like, what needs to be addressed? Because is it the mentality? Is it the physicality? Because if it's the physicality, it's there. So, or is it the coaching? I'll start with Rubino. Let's go one by one. Rubino, and then the coach, and then Santana, and then Grambalo. Rubino, you're muted, bro.
Rubino.
If Rubino is
Can you
not
guys get me
on,
now?
then the
Yes,
coach.
Yeah.
Coach. Yeah, Rubino, we can
Can you
get you
get me
now.
now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what I was saying is, personally, I think it's the mentality. You know, there's something in football that is football has a lot to do with your mentality. If you are not mentally prepared, it's not easy. You know, presently in Africa, there's just one team that can compete with the world. That's just Morocco. Talking about talent and experience and some level of exposure, Senegal is the second team, but their mentality is not there. What brings in the mentality in players? Their level of experience, their level of exposure, and most importantly, their coach. Their coach is a very big factor in football. you can tell Joe, that there are teams that you've played in that when you look around you don't see the players that you guys have. But you guys have that mentality that you go inside there and you perform magic. So when you play in a team whereby the coach is not instilling that mentality, that winning mentality, that fighting spirit, that resilience, you guys are always going to crack down. And then this mentality doesn't just come with the coach telling you that, oh, you guys need to be strong, you need to stay up to task and do this and do that. It comes with tactical play, when to make your changes, who to bring in, who to take out. It's very, very important. For Senegal, that's what failed them. Their tactical play, the coach was not prepared. He wasn't prepared. And when you do changes that are not tactically adaptive to the game, you break down the mentality of the players. So I think the mentality, the tactical level of the coaches that are managing the African teams is the biggest problem that we have that we faced so far in the World Cup.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
All right.
Balo is on now. So, Grand Balo, you're next.
All right. For me, I think the first point is about tactical discipline, which goes down to the coach. I don't think we are ready to have a successful African team with a black coach. I mean, an African coach. I don't think we've gotten to that point. We have good, talented players who plays in big clubs in Europe. I think for us to get to that,
Match up.
level,
The next stage, next level.
the next level, yeah, I think we need a lot of tactical discipline. We need good coaches. And then secondly, I think the federation. There's a problem with the federation and the team. There are always conflicts. Like I think now in Africa, there's only Morocco that has established a good federation that works hand to hand with the team. I will use Cameroon as an example. There's a conflict between our federation and the team. 90% of African countries, they face the same problems. The federation interfere with the team, and then there's a conflict of interest, money. We want this player to play. We don't select the best players. I think that's another problem we are facing in Africa. And then youth development. We don't have, everything I'm going to say here, it goes down to Morocco, because we have just Morocco in Africa that can give us what it. People don't even see Morocco. Morocco is not this current Morocco team. They have prepared for the 2030 World Cup without this team. I watched their under 19, under 20, under 23 team. Morocco is well prepared. We are not ready to see their next generation. If you watch Morocco under 23 team play, my brother, I think only Morocco in Africa is ready with their youth development. And then the last point for me, I think it's game management. It still goes down with the coaches. We need coaches that are gonna determine how we're going to play in the last 20 minutes. Football is not just about being 1-0 for 40 minutes, 50 minutes. The same thing that happened with Senegal, it happened with Ivory Coast, it happened with Egypt. That's our problem. Better game management.
Guys, you had a point about the African teams led by non-African coaches. I was a kid and my father was in Etihad, and after he went out, Mr. Ionescu was the coach in Etihad. My father was the assistant coach. It came Bruno Metsu he was national team of Senegal. You remember what he did with Senegal?
Yeah. I think
it's the same thing. Yeah, God rest him in peace. Also, he died in 2013, I think, after. Yeah, I think he was so inspiring for Africa at that time. Because what he did in the World Cup 2002, I think, because I was playing also on my on my PC in that time. Not
Yeah,
even,
he led
yeah.
Senegal to
So imagine
victory
this
against
type
France.
of
Yeah,
examples. Yeah, they win. Yeah, they don't have any chance. They go
yeah,
with, I think, less players than they're supposed to go because they don't have money, something like this. The Lions in that time, it was a period when they used the strength of the African players with the mind and philosophy of European coaches, and I think it's a good mix. But these European coaches must come and be respected by the African players because, in my experience, sometimes the African players don't respect the coach, and when you are too cocky, you know, about the coach, you cannot do any results.
true.
Yeah. So, in my belief, it can be a mix of the new African players that retired and now they will be managers in Europe. When they will be 40, 50, 60, then they come back to Africa. In that time, I think African can give a World Cup champion. In my belief, we will talk maybe in uh, 10, 20 years. Hope God will keep me on this fucking planet, But I
But
believe it's a chance.
Africa,
It's a chance because a lot of good players now they play in Europe. They have academy in Europe. They cannot play in national team. All of them in France, in England, in this big national, and they can come back to their countries. The money will go now to the Brexit area, the African countries, the Asian countries, the Indian countries. This side also will develop more now. So we need to take in consideration also this. In my belief is that the next big economy will be Africa. I don't know how you feel it now, but in my belief, because Europe already is finished, only the elite will have money here. From what I feel, I'm not in the elite, and I feel it a lot, you know. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
believe this country will start to develop. Why? Also, a lot of Africans will go back home with a lot of money, and they
Fair
yeah,
will
point. Fair
develop
point.
academies, small academies, big academies. Somehow will develop more and more and more. And all the African leaders understand now that is their land, their nationality, their people that they must to protect in order to keep their power, to stay in power, to I don't know, to be president or whatever. Doesn't matter. But also the sports will grow this way
Fair
because
point, coach.
you see a system failing in Europe. You have all the chances. Any national team from Africa now can make a surprise anytime. It's a thing of we call it emulație in Romanian. You know what it's emulație in Romania?
Yeah, yeah. To
When
emulate
everything will
emulate something
come
that is good.
together,
Yeah.
when everything will come together from the coach point of view, the president of the federation, and all will be strong, then that national will come in the first four for sure in the next
Yeah.
3 World Cups.
Thank you, coach. Thank you. We are
This
running
is
out
my
of time,
opinion
so
about
Santa.
the African teams.
Yeah.
So, what I think is Africa is lacking behind. I think it's all about just the mental readiness. The mental readiness. Like Grambalo said, if you look at it critically, you would discover that Morocco has been ready for this World Cup like almost 8 years ago.
that's true.
Morocco, if you look at their various categories, the various categories of their national team, you discover that they are ready. They have been ready for this 2026, and they are even more ready for 2030. That's very visible in the way they play. It is a mental readiness. Apart from Morocco, the other African teams have been living on pedigree, have been living on past glories. I'm talking about Africa has been praising, they have been living on that. We are happy that Cameroon reached the quarterfinals. We are happy that Ghana almost crossed the quarterfinals. We are happy that Senegal reached the quarterfinals. Those are all past glories. And I will tell you that these countries we are talking about got to this level of the competition not because they were really ready. It was because the players just wanted to play, but not that the system was ready. The system was built to get to this level. If we look at Morocco, Morocco is ready. Grambalo listed the various stages, the various levels in which they look. If you, their federation is ready, they are financially ready, their minds are ready to play. These guys are ready to. I will say that Morocco got knocked out because it's a World Cup. There must be a winner. But these guys were ready.
Unfortunately, they played against France.
They played against, of course, but they
Yeah,
were ready to play. These guys showed us that they are prepared to host the next World Cup. And I am waiting for 2030 because I know I will see a flamboyant national team from Morocco. I am ready. But looking
inshallah.
at the rest, I think they come with some complex. Let's just go and perform. Let's just go and participate and go back. We know very well that Cape Verde played, did whatever they did. They were least expected to do whatever they did. Let's hope to see if the next coming years they will continue to play like this. But for the rest, I am telling you, Africa is not ready. My God.
So,
All right. So, guys,
Santana
one more
exposed the
point.
two system, like an educational system that grows and the hunger system that can bring you performance. Because these two, to be honest, I was, when you are young and you want to show and is that hunger that you have, and then it comes one player who have the good education from another country. He knows how to pass, he knows how to do, and he will pass you. You cannot survive too much with this. Only one time maybe.
So, guys,
It's two
we've
different
stated
way
the
to succeed.
problems. We've
Sustainable way and
before
the
we
fast way. The fast way don't have base.
guys, before we round up, we've all stated the problems, and I want us each. Everybody takes just 1 minute. Everybody takes just 1 minute because we are running out of time. So, what do we all think Africa needs to do as a continent? What do we think the federations, the African Federation, because it takes a lot of preparation? Because Morocco started preparing for 2030 in 2013 when they made an investment of over $130 million in infrastructure in 2013. That's when they started. So, what do you guys think? Starting with Rubino, what do African federations, African countries need to do to be able to compete at the world stage and not give away leads in 80 minutes of the game? Rubino, let's go.
I think Grambalo already said it all, but then I think just as you said, Morocco started by investing a lot in their federation invested a lot. You see, Cameroon is having a very big problem because it boils down to our league first, our league, because we don't have a good league to begin with. We don't have a competitive league. We don't have that good football system that grows talents from the roots. I remember when I was young, I could look up to people that were older than me, and I could see that I could grow my talent chronologically. Like I would live from this level to this level to this level. But I don't think that is existing anymore. I don't think that phase of transitioning is still existing in Cameroon, whereby you feel like, okay, I can play top cup. From top cup, I go to this level. I have that Z. I want to be in a quarter foot. I want to be in Kaji Sport Academy. I remember like way back 2006, Kaji Sport Academy used to be one of the best in Africa. So if you don't have a system like that that works, there's no way. If you can remember very well, the most prominent players that have played for Cameroon that came out of an academy was from Kajispo Academy. So if we build a system that works like the academy, and then we come to our league, we make our league better, then I think we are ready to compete. Because it's been years, we don't have a system, we don't have a structure. Cameroon doesn't have teams that represent at the level of CAF anymore. We don't go into the competition like we just go and play barrage. Whereas years behind, we had sports. So we need when you look at the Moroccan league, it's way ahead. Like it's way ahead. So if we cannot work on things like this, then we are not ready because you cannot be wanting to build from the top. It's impossible. You don't build from the top. You build from the roots. You build from the roots. You start from the roots. You go up gradually, and then you find yourself at the top. You bring in the talents that have also gotten their experiences and their expertise from Europe. You merge them together, and then you make an excellent team. So I think we need to really work on our structuring.
Fair points. Malo.
For me, I think first we need to agree that African football is clearly progressing. Now we need consistency. How do we get this consistency? Build a platform for development. For one, I would use Lamine Camara as an example. I watched Lamine Camara play for under 17 to the top. He dominated under 17, under 19, under 23, and then now you can see he's a top player. Plays for Monaco. He's a starter for the Senegal national team. If we have a platform for development in Africa, my brother, there's talent here. There's talent in Africa. We need development scenes. We need platforms for those players to be able to showcase their talent. But now, how do we go about when FIFA is going to station like $5 million for each country for the development of football, and we don't even know how this money goes about? $5 million, like FIFA is ready to distribute $5 million per country, but this money, we don't even know how this money goes about. So we need a platform for this development, and it all comes down to government and the federation. If there is a development scene, I think because now we are talking about Cape Verde, we are talking about Morocco, we are talking about Senegal. Maybe 2030 we'll be talking about Gambia, Congo, because there is no consistency. We need this Cape Verde to be there. 2030, we need Cape Verde again. We don't want to forget about Cape Verde because there is no platform for consistency. That's all we need in Africa. Consistency.
Coach. 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's simple. You don't need to let young Africans to go out of Africa anymore, to have the infrastructure base in Africa, and to bring some specialists to try to organize, but the healthy ones, not the ones that retired for staying in Africa for retirement, that cannot have the energy to support the young players, because you need to have energy to develop young players. You cannot bring all coaches to develop them or to scout them. You need to don't let them come to Europe so fast. To have strong leagues in Africa, so you can grow inside your country, not outside. And the presidents of the federation must do this with the money that they will give from FIFA. And FIFA, I think, will take care because they will need to make the stadiums and so on. But the problem is they make the stadium, but they don't make a facility for trainings. And this is a problem even in Romania, you know it. So I think it's simple. You don't need to let them so young to go outside. They must to play together. They must to know each other.
Fair point.
That's it.
So,
Santana, 2 minutes.
So, my whole idea has been on mentality. If today we have kids, oh my God.
Military alarm.
Sorry,
We'll
guys.
go back.
Sorry. Today, nowadays, we have players kids who want to play ball because they want to make money. They don't play football because they love the game. Our federations are promoting this same idea because they put the ideas into the head of the kids that when you show yourself this way, you are going to sell you to this country. Everything is about money. We need to invest in the younger generation. Like, you build the younger generation with the idea that they love this game. This is a game that they love. It might give you money, it might not give you money, but play the game because you love it. When youngsters grow with this idea, they will be able together, not just individually, but as a team, they can face every other team they meet anywhere. I can bet you there was a time I used to watch football. Coach, back in my country, I used to watch football in a stadium called Municipal Stadium in Bamenda. I could give you, if I was to pick out a team, I'll give you the region's best 11. These are players who played together. These are players who started playing football from a very young age. Fortunately, he is one of them. Grambalo is one of them. Yes. Robinho here used to play football. I'll watch him play. He's my brother, he's my friend, but I used to watch him play football. I am just a football fan. I love football. But these are guys who are talented. They played football.
Coach, I'm ready. I can come to Romania.
I could bet you, if that particular team at that particular time was promoted, was given the amenities they need, was given all the resources they need, that team I'm talking about could have represented Cameroon if they were given the opportunity in any level to play, and they will play very well. I mean, if they were given the resources they needed. That was my youth. That was the time I'm still a youth, sorry. But then I could see potential. They had the potential, but because the system was broken, and they had to go about life differently, that team was separated. If the federation can build a team from scratch from all the various regions, I'm talking about Cameroon. Let me use Cameroon as an example. If they can use that idea to build the youths with the idea of playing football because they love the game, they will grow up knowing fully well that they will transit from one level to another, just like Rubino has said. And one day they will find themselves representing the country in a stage like the World Cup. And trust me, a team that grows like that can never be defeated. That's why we see Morocco progressing the way it is right now. That's why we see Morocco performing the way it is right now. So if the federations don't invest in the younger generation while giving them everything they need, we will keep on participating in competitions like this just to represent our continent and go back without anything. Hold on.
Your timer said your timer. So guys, anyway, my own take is, if you look at all the countries that have won the World Cup, let me say since Spain in South Africa 2010, there is consistency and continuity. The Spanish team that won the World Cup in 2010 had started preparing since they lost the Euros in 2000. There was always continuity from Spain to Germany winning in 2014. You could see the German team that won in 2014, most of the players had already tried in 2006, so there was continuity. The likes of Schweinsteiger, Podolski, Per Mertesacker, and the rest. And then 2018, the French players who had tried in 2014 were the same, and then there was a bit of fresh blood. 2022, the same with Argentina. And even 2026, you still see Argentina, the same players. So I think it boils down to infrastructural development.
Let me just ask something. I want to add something on your point. If you notice recently, every manager or coach that has been appointed for the national team has been given the under 22, the under 20. to coach as well, because they want continuity, they
Yeah,
want a consistency from the under 20 to the national side.
to
That's
the
why,
national
like
team.
now,
Yeah,
if you are given the position of the coach of your senior national team, you take control over the under 20 as well.
yeah. So my point was consistency, continuity, systems in place, academies, and Africa is going to meet up. So, anyways, we hope 2030 Morocco can host and win. Even though Morocco thinks they are not African and they don't play for Africans, we still support them anyways. So, guys, to round up, who do you think is going to
But
win the
Romania,
World
let's not
Cup?
forget, Romania had a good squad this year.
In Romania, it's a big problem, bro.
Yeah, they had a
Yes.
good squad this year. I'm serious, coach.
You know, when you take a sheet and you put a tie bow on it, you think it's a good squad, you know? Sometimes.
Guys, we're out of
Come
time.
on,
We're
man.
out of time.
I was with one Brazilian player, and I was speaking with him like 2 3 years ago when one of our two players was playing Serie B in Italy, and he was telling me, "Hey, bro, how they can select from second division players? Imagine how bad we look in the eye of a big team country, you know, like Brazilians." He was asking me why we take from Serie B from Italy players, because this is not possible in a normal country, you know.
Yeah.
So you think we have a good? No, it's a generation that it's already past. We cannot win with this. The biggest problem they give the Eddie Ordonescu after the Euro. They didn't give him full credit to continue with that generation. They changed the coach again.
That's true.
This is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You was saying now under 22. He was taking this generation, not under 20, but it was a younger generation. They put them in Euro, okay, and then what? You change the coach because of 2 3 thousand euro or something. This is again bullshit that they do. I believe in what you say, a long-term system, 20 years plan, national plan, and you continue this way. Good, bad. One of the principle of performance is to have continuity, then
Right.
progression, and then other things. But the first one, continuity. You can be wrong 10 years in a row, but with the same players, maybe in the 12th year, you're going to succeed.
Right.
This
So,
is simple.
guys,
About Romania.
we are out of time. So, we've been talking about the World Cup, and the finals is on Saturday or Sunday. So, who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Rubino.
Tough question, man.
Quick fire, bro. Who do you think is going to win? Simple answer, no explanation.
Spain, extra time.
Come on, Maurice.
Balu. Balu.
Viva España. Viva España. I don't
Coach.
want anything else.
I
Coach,
wish
who do you think is
football
going
would
to
win
win?
this final, not
Spain,
other things.
come on, coach.
Coach,
Spain.
coach,
Why
call a
Spain?
name.
I don't want Spain.
I cannot decide between two of that I don't support, you know?
It's who we don't support.
It's you know,
support
it's
Argentina.
choosing between two ugly girls. I think I go home and sleep.
You need to choose.
No, I cannot choose between two. I don't want to say the word. I say ugly girls, but you understand the meaning of ugly.
Spain.
No, I wish, to be honest, I wish to see clean football in the final, first of all, and then I hope Spain, because it was more consistent. You know, it's more fair for them to win.
Coach, for the fact that we support Ronaldo, we can be alive to see Messi win 2 World Cups. Come on.
I don't want to say this for my friends. I already admitted that he is the best, but not the GOAT. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 World Cup for Messi.
Joel,
Now we
Joel.
can't let that happen.
Yeah, no.
Joel.
Spain.
Joel,
Yeah.
did you
Spain.
say
Santana,
who
it's your
I
turn.
want to
Santana.
win or who is going to win? Yes.
Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win?
Who do I think? I want to. It's a little confusing, bro. Are you saying? Do you want me to be factual?
do you want?
Do you want me to give you facts, or you want me to give you my emotions?
Who do you want to win? Okay, who do
Who
you
do I
want to
want
win?
to? We are trying to put. We are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube and wherever.
This
You're
will be
trying to get me
registered.
into
Be careful.
a very complicated situation, but
Okay. Who do you think is going to win? Simple.
who do I think you're taking me back to the? I'll prefer you ask me who do I want to win. Let me just say because you asked me
But I've asked you all
I
the
think
questions. You don't want to answer.
Al España.
Coach Joel, Santana, and Robin. I have one question for you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think is gonna win the Ballon d'Or this year?
Bro, that guy that always start comments in him for that
Who should go first? Rubino, go first.
No, Santana, I'll go with you. Santana, no, wait. I'll go with Santana first. I have a Jota here.
Who
Santana
do I think is gonna be voted?
win the Ballon d'Or.
I will go with Rodri.
Okay, coach.
Coach don't vanish.
Chat. Let's also hear in the
Let's
chat.
see.
Let's hear in the chat who is going to win the Ballon d'Or. Chat.
Coach. Come on, say something.
I wish Haaland, but he will not be.
Okay, Haaland for you. Robino.
Haaland or Mbappe, I wish, because of the athletic part.
All right, you have two options.
Yeah.
Robino,
Who do I want to win or who is going to win?
your opinion or your suggestion,
Your
whatever.
preference.
No, it's obvious. Messi is going to win.
Okay. All right, Mr. Joel.
I think it's between Messi and Rodri. Whoever wins the finals. If Argentina wins the
Rodri.
finals, Messi is going to win. If Spain wins the finals, Rodri is going to win. But
Joel,
anyways,
Joel, I don't see why you have
listen
two
to me,
options
guys.
in this question.
No. It's I'm giving a realistic answer as a football fan, not as a player, or I'm just a football fan. So
Can I change my? Can I?
Gamble now, Joliver. Myself, I go for Messi. Man of the match finals. Top high goal scorer for World Cup. Top assist. Best player. Messi.
He will be given another robe, right?
okay.
I don't know what. Maybe this time around we don't know.
Guys.
And he will receive a American passport.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Guys, we have come to the end of the show, and we are 5 of us. We started about 6, but we are 5 of us now. So before we go, I want us to build an ultimate 5-a-side from the World Cup, starting from the goal. So, Robino, who is going to be in goal for you? Robino is going to give the goalkeeper.
In goal, I'm gonna go with the Spanish keeper, Simeon.
Unai Simon.
Yes.
Balo, defender.
Balo, are you getting us?
Yeah.
Balu.
Okay, I'll
Ultimate
go with
5-a-side.
Vosina. Yeah, Vosina. Lamport. Paredes. Rodri. Messi. Mbappe.
You're breaking the rules. I said we are 5 of us. Each of us give names only one. Robino was to give the goalie, and you were to give one defender.
Oh, sorry. So okay, I'll go with Paredes.
One defender.
Paredes.
You have to give the defender.
Okay, defender. I'll go with Laporte.
Laporte, coach.
Yeah, I'll go with Laporte.
Coach, ultimate 5-a-side. Ultimate 5-a-side from the World Cup. We have the goalkeeper Unai Simon. We have
5-a-side.
Laporte, defender. So we need 3 more. One from you, one from me,
To
one
be honest,
from Santana.
I like this guy that's playing in USA from Argentina. I like also the last World Cup him, Paul.
De Paul.
Yeah.
De Paul.
I like him because on the physical part he have the most high intensity runnings.
I don't like Argentina, but I'm going for Romero.
No, I have
All
a
right.
defender already.
Balo already gave a defender, so you need to give an offensive
Yeah,
midfielder.
he gave Ghana now midfield. Now
Oh.
midfielder for Santana.
Me?
Yes.
Oh. My boy in Mexico.
Mora.
Yes.
Mora.
Yes, Mora.
So
Okay.
it was Rubino gave Unai Simon, Balo gave Laporte, the coach gave De Paul.
The four.
De Paul, I'm putting it on the chart.
Mm-hmm.
De Paul. And then Santos, you gave
Mora.
Mora.
Mora from Mexico. Okay, so I'm going to give a striker. I'll go with Haaland.
I think that
How many
Laporte.
goals does Haaland have now? I'll go with Mbappe. I'll go with Mbappe. Mumbutu.
What are you doing, bro?
Mumbutu. So
Have to choose, huh? Too much elite.
yeah. So our ultimate five aside is Unai Simon from Rubino, Laporte from Balo, De
The
Paul
four
from
from Coach.
Mora, from
Mora
Santana,
from
and
Santana,
Rubino.
and then Haaland.
So guys, thank you for coming on the show. Even though Rubino did not want to show coach his face. Yeah,
Don't worry, guys. Next time
amazing.
you see my face.
Coach, take note of this guy who is hiding his face. Don't sign him.
I'm not in the
Guys,
position to sign any player. I just test them and make the warm-ups and the physical
I
part.
said, Joel, I don't know if maybe we need to have a post final show or priest
yeah,
after the,
yeah. So after the finals, maybe Monday or Tuesday, we can still set up and we can bring more people on the show. It was really interesting.
or maybe we
And
can do a 30-minute show after the finals. Just 30 minutes. Fast.
yeah, we can. I will set it
I
up.
think
We can do that too.
I think it's better we do the show like maybe a day after because there'll be emotions involved.
And beer.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Santana
yeah.
might be in Iran.
I'm not going anywhere, bro. I'll be here.
Thank you, guys. It was nice doing business with you.
Thank
All
you,
right, guys.
Coach.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, guys.
And
Thank you.
Bye.
see you after the World
Gambalo.
Cup. Yeah.
Paka.
C'est
See you.
DJ Clip. Shelele.
Wow.